Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man Classic, the animated series Kingpin. This was originally released as a Collect and Connect Build A Figure, a huge, massive, comic-accurate Kingpin, and they're re-releasing him a little bit differently from the animated series. This figure looks great. He looks massive. This is going to be a large, giant mobster or gangster in my Batman universe in Gotham City. I do like Spider-Man and Marvel comics, but I'm not a Marvel action figure collector. My collection is predominantly Batman related, and this guy is going to fit in nicely. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see, it's on old retro style throwback card back packaging like the old 5-inch figures back in the day. At the top here it says Marvel Comics, ages 4+. Spider-Man, the animated logo. Marvel's Kingpin. Here is how he looked in the cartoon. And here is the figure. 2 alternate heads, one angry, one normal. Great looking cane. Suit, purple pants, orange vest, blue scarf. Just looking fantastic. This guy is huge. He's heavy. On the back side here, a little bio of him. You can see it's telling you to swap the heads. And there's a bunch of the other figures here. I personally got Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy to use my overall 1/12 scale action figure world building. So, let's check them out. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures. One of them I'm going to open and enjoy as Kingpin, just like he is now. And the other one I'm planning to customize into a Gotham Batman villain named Tobias Whale. He's a large mobster that wears a white suit. I think this will be a fantastic base for it. I really wanted to use the Collect and Connect Kingpin, but boy, that guy's super expensive. This one here was priced much more reasonably. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He comes with that really nice looking cane and an alternate head. But before we look at those accessories, let's check out the actual figure. This guy is huge, this guy is massive, this guy is heavy, and this guy is well articulated and well dressed. So taking a look at his face here, he has 2 alternate heads. This one is a battle damaged face, bruised and cut, looks great, loving it. You can see his little blue scarf here, orange vest, looking nice. The color's really popping. He's got the pocket handkerchief, purple pants, black shoes. Does look like single jointed elbows and knees, but this guy is just large and charged and massive, and his facial expression is great. Here's an image of Tobias Whale, the guy I plan to customize my extra Kingpin into. And here he is, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. And I do want to point out the Collect and Connect Kingpin came with a different head. So you now have a total of 3 different heads you could swap with those guys. And actually, if you wanted to take it one step further, the original mold of this guy was from Build A Figure, a Collect and Connect Marvel Legends. And this guy has used the exact same mold, so he can come apart just like the original release. Now let's take a look at his accessories, and let's start off with his heads. Here he is wearing his first head. This is Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Looking just stern and regular. This is definitely the head I'm going to have on him most of the time. And here he is with his damaged or beat up head. This is the head he came with in the package. This one looks really good. He's angry. He's just kind of screaming. He's got a little cut in his lip. Another cut in his cheek. Other side, a cut on his eyebrow. And then his eye is all bruised and beat up. I believe this is going to be the exact same mold as the angry head from the Build A Figure release. But it has some paint differences given battle damage, which is awesome. It looks excellent. And here are both the heads he comes with next to each other. Man, I can't wait to turn this one into Tobias Whale. And while we're on the subject of heads, the original Build A Figure Kingpin release came with 2 heads. One's his regular head, exactly the same as this animated Kingpin's regular head, but he also has this angry head, and that's going to be the same sculpt as the battle damage angry head, but it doesn't have the damage. And that head is also interchangeable with this newer Kingpin figure, giving you 3 different display options. So you can have any of these 3 different heads on your Kingpin. Kingpin looking regular, Kingpin looking angry, and then Kingpin looking angry and beat up. Now let's look at his cane. It's a pretty nice piece. It's got a brown base here, a little bit soft, has a little bit of give to it. Gold above that, and then it's got a crystal or diamond at the top that looks really, really nice. The original Kingpin also came with the same cane, but his base was black. Here he is standing and holding his hand on top of the cane. And here he is angrily waving it at somebody. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. And this guy is a big boy. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 7.75 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 19.5 centimeters. Now, Marvel Legends is among some of these smaller figures that I collect. They scale about 6.5 inches tall. I almost feel like this guy's a little bit too big, but he works great for my overall action figure world. I love it. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, it can rotate from side to side. Can look up and down about that much, not too bad. Shoulders on a ball joint, they can go out about 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut, single jointed elbow, it can't go in that far, can rotate. Wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. It's got a ball joint at the top of his torso here, can rotate around, can also go in and out some. No waist swivel down here. Legs are on ball joints, go out about that far. Forward about that much, back not at all. It's got a thigh cut here. Single jointed knees, they can go back about that far, and they can rotate as well. Then his foot, it can go up and down. It can tilt and rock just a hair, and it can rotate. Here he is in his penthouse lair, which a bunch of his guys in the background intimidating this guy into doing a deal for him. Here he is yelling orders at all the different mob bosses in the city in a scene very similar to The Dark Knight when the mob met up. Here's the Kingpin furious as he's catching Batman red-handed, breaking into his safe and getting some evidence against him. And of course, Batman makes short work of the thugs, but the Kingpin here is pretty strong. And the next day, on top of GCPD headquarters, nice little package with evidence wrapped up left for Gordon. Next, let's check them out compared with some other action figures, starting with some other Marvel figures. Here he is next to the original Build A Figure Kingpin release. Besides the obvious paint differences, the only sculpting difference is he had a shirt with a tie on, and he's got that scarf type thing. Here he is with an older school Toy Biz Kingpin. Here he is next to the older school Toy Biz Kingpin in the black suit. I actually customized this guy into Rupert Thorne, that's a mobster in the Batman world. Here's a picture of Rupert Thorne from Batman the Animated Series. Here he is next to all my other Kingpin figures. Here he is next to all the other figures I got from the Spider-Man animated collection. We've got Peter Parker, Kingpin, Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane. And here he is next to all my Marvel Legends figures that look like they could be regular people, civilians, mobsters, businessmen, etc. If there's any Marvel Legends figures that I don't have that you think might fit that bill, please drop me a line in the comments below. And here are all the different action figures in my collection that are wearing white suits. And now, let's check them out compared with some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some DST or Diamond Select toys. And here he is next to some McFarlane toys. Then with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here with some NECA figures. Then with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 112 cloth soft goods action figures. And here he is next to some Mattel, both DC and Jurassic Park figures. Then some Mafex figures. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. Then some Jazzwares figures. So overall, this is a fantastic figure. This guy is huge, this guy is massive, this guy is great for Kingpin, and this guy is great for generic mobster. His sculpt's fantastic, paint job fantastic, articulation is pretty good. Kind of missed some double jointed stuff, but I realized it looks worse on some of the bigger figures. Overall, I think I like the Build A Figure Kingpin a little bit better, but this guy's great too. He's also going to be great to make my Tobias Whale custom. So overall, if I had to rate this guy, I think I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I'd probably give the Build A Figure an 8.5 out of 10. Both these figures are fantastic. 2 thumbs up to Hasbro. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.